Good evening, everyone, and welcome back with another major update surrounding the Iraqi dinar, Iraq's economy, global oil markets, and the growing international attention on the future of the Iraqi currency. Today's report covers the latest developments coming out of Baghdad, the central bank of Iraq, rising foreign investment activity, oil revenue discussions, and the ongoing speculation surrounding the Iraqi dinar revaluation. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Over the past several months, Iraq has continued positioning itself as one of the most watched emerging economies in the Middle East. Investors across the United States, Europe, Asia, and the Gulf region are closely monitoring every move coming from Iraq's financial institutions. The Iraqi dinar community remains highly active as new reports, economic reforms, and banking modernization projects continue to create speculation regarding the long-term future value of the IQD. Today's biggest headline centers around the renewed discussions inside Iraq regarding banking reform and electronic financial transformation. Reports from Baghdad indicate that Iraqi officials are continuing efforts to modernize the country's banking infrastructure in coordination with international financial institutions. According to local economic analysts, Iraq's government believes that transitioning toward a stronger digital banking system could help stabilize the economy, reduce corruption, increase transparency, and attract more foreign investors into the Iraqi market. The Central Bank of Iraq has once again emphasized the importance of maintaining monetary stability while expanding foreign currency reserves. Officials stated that Iraq's reserve levels remain strong due to continued oil exports and growing financial cooperation with neighboring countries. Analysts believe that reserve strength plays a major role in supporting confidence around the Iraqi dinar. While there has been no official announcement regarding a revaluation of the currency, many investors continue to speculate that Iraq's long-term economic plans could eventually support a stronger exchange rate in the future. Oil remains one of the biggest drivers behind Iraq's economy. Recent energy reports show that global oil prices have remained relatively stable this month, helping Iraq maintain strong export revenue. Iraq is currently one of the world's largest oil producers, and government officials continue discussing plans to diversify the economy beyond oil dependency. Several economic experts say diversification will be essential if Iraq hopes to strengthen its currency and create sustainable long-term growth. In today's parliamentary discussions, Iraqi lawmakers reportedly focused on economic development projects tied to infrastructure, energy production, transportation systems, and private sector growth. Government leaders are encouraging international companies to invest in Iraq as reconstruction efforts continue across several major cities. Foreign investors from the Gulf region, China, and Europe are increasingly showing interest in Iraq's expanding energy and construction sectors. Meanwhile, social media continues exploding with speculation regarding the Iraqi dinar revaluation, often referred to as the RV by members of the dinar community. Some online commentators claim that Iraq's improving economy could eventually lead to changes in currency valuation. However, financial experts continue warning investors to remain cautious about exaggerated claims and unrealistic predictions. No official government source has confirmed any immediate RV event, and analysts emphasize that currency reform processes are typically slow and complex. One major topic gaining attention today involves Iraq's increasing use of digital payment systems. Officials believe reducing cash dependency may help improve financial monitoring and reduce illegal currency trading activities. The central bank has reportedly encouraged businesses and citizens to adopt electronic payment technologies as part of a broader modernization strategy. Experts believe digital transformation could improve investor confidence while helping Iraq align more closely with international banking standards. Another important development involves ongoing discussions between Iraq and international financial organizations regarding economic cooperation. Analysts say Iraq's relationships with global institutions could play a critical role in future banking reforms and foreign investment expansion. Some experts believe Iraq is attempting to strengthen its global financial image after years of instability caused by conflict, corruption challenges, and economic disruptions. In the United States, interest surrounding Iraqi dinar investment remains active online. Many YouTube channels, forums, and financial discussion groups continue debating the future of the IQD. Search trends show that phrases like Iraqi Dinar RV update, IQD news today, and Iraqi Dinar Revaluation remain highly searched topics among speculative investors. While some individuals remain optimistic about Iraq's future economic growth, professional financial advisors continue encouraging responsible investing and realistic expectations. Today, several Iraqi economists discuss the importance of strengthening Iraq's private banking sector. Experts argue that improving trust in domestic banks could help reduce reliance on US dollars within the local economy. Iraq has historically experienced heavy dollar usage due to economic uncertainty and inflation concerns. Strengthening confidence in the Iraqi dinar remains one of the government's long-term financial objectives.
Recent reports also suggest that Iraq is continuing efforts to combat financial corruption and illegal currency smuggling operations. Authorities believe stricter monitoring of foreign exchange transactions may help stabilize the market and improve monetary policy effectiveness. Financial reforms targeting transparency and compliance are increasingly viewed as necessary steps toward integrating Iraq more deeply into the international financial system. At the same time, geopolitical developments across the Middle East continue influencing investor sentiment regarding Iraq's future. Regional stability remains an important factor for foreign investors considering opportunities inside Iraq. Analysts say that improvements in security, diplomacy, and economic cooperation could positively impact Iraq's long-term investment climate. Many members of the Iraqi dinar community continue focusing on Iraq's gold reserves and foreign currency holdings. Some reports suggest that Iraq has maintained relatively healthy reserve levels compared to previous years. Strong reserves are often viewed as an important sign of financial stability because they help governments manage economic shocks, stabilize exchange rates, and maintain international confidence. Another major discussion today centers around Iraq's youth population and employment growth. Iraq has one of the youngest populations in the region, and government officials are under pressure to create jobs, improve infrastructure, and expand economic opportunities. Experts believe that long-term economic stability will depend heavily on private sector development and successful diversification away from oil dependency. International energy companies operating in Iraq are reportedly continuing expansion projects despite global economic uncertainty. Several large oil field projects remain active, and Iraq continues working to increase production efficiency. Higher oil revenue generally supports government spending and infrastructure investment, both of which can influence economic growth projections. Today's banking discussions also included conversations surrounding international trade and currency settlement systems. Iraq has reportedly explored ways to strengthen regional trade partnerships while improving banking transaction efficiency. Analysts believe modernization of payment systems and international banking integration may gradually improve Iraq's economic standing over time. Online speculation regarding a possible future increase in Iraqi dinar value continues dominating social media platforms. Some influencers claim Iraq's economic transformation could eventually support currency appreciation, while others warn that expectations surrounding overnight wealth creation are unrealistic. Financial experts consistently remind viewers that currency markets are influenced by numerous economic factors, including inflation, reserves, political stability, trade balances, and investor confidence. The Iraqi government also continues emphasizing reconstruction efforts across multiple provinces. Roads, bridges, energy facilities, schools, and hospitals remain priorities as Iraq attempts to rebuild infrastructure damaged during years of conflict. Economic analysts say visible progress in reconstruction could improve international confidence and attract additional investment into Iraq's economy. Meanwhile, global investors are paying close attention to central bank policies around the world as inflation and interest rate discussions continue affecting financial markets. Currency traders often analyze emerging economies like Iraq when evaluating long-term investment opportunities. However, experts stress that speculative currency investments carry significant risks and should always be approached carefully. Reports today also indicate that Iraq is attempting to strengthen relationships with neighboring Gulf nations through trade agreements and investment partnerships. Regional economic integration could provide Iraq with additional opportunities for growth, infrastructure financing, and business expansion. Several economists believe stronger regional cooperation may positively influence Iraq's long-term economic outlook. The Iraqi stock market has also seen increased attention from regional investors over the past year. While Iraq's financial markets remain relatively underdeveloped compared to larger economies, analysts believe future reforms could create additional investment opportunities. Financial modernization remains one of the key goals discussed by Iraqi policymakers. In recent interviews, some Iraqi financial analysts stated that currency stability remains more important than rapid currency appreciation. Experts argue that maintaining economic balance and controlling inflation are critical priorities for sustainable growth. Sudden, dramatic currency changes could create instability if not managed carefully through broader economic reforms.
Social media creators covering Iraqi Dinar news continue generating millions of views as global curiosity surrounding the IQD remains strong. Videos discussing Iraq's economy, oil revenue, banking reforms, and potential revaluation theories continue attracting audiences from around the world. However, viewers are increasingly encouraged to verify information carefully and avoid misleading financial promises. The Central Bank of Iraq has repeatedly emphasized that official monetary policy decisions are based on economic fundamentals rather than online speculation. Analysts believe Iraq's long-term economic future depends heavily on diversification, political stability, infrastructure growth, banking reform, and international cooperation. Today's economic discussions also touched on Iraq's growing technology sector. Government officials reportedly hope that technology investment and digital entrepreneurship could help create jobs for younger generations while supporting economic modernization. Several startup programs and digital initiatives are currently being discussed within Iraq's development strategy. Another major focus remains electricity and energy infrastructure. Iraq continues facing challenges related to power supply and energy distribution despite its significant oil wealth. Improving energy infrastructure is considered essential for supporting industrial growth and attracting foreign manufacturing investment. In currency markets, the Iraqi dinar remains closely monitored by speculative investors despite limited international trading access. Most mainstream financial institutions continue viewing the IQD as a highly speculative investment rather than a conventional currency trading asset. Experts warn viewers to remain cautious of unrealistic online claims involving guaranteed profits or secret revaluation dates. As global markets continue evolving in 2026, Iraq's economic transformation story remains one of the most closely watched developments in the Middle East. Investors, analysts, and financial commentators are all observing how Iraq balances oil wealth, banking modernization, infrastructure rebuilding, and political reform efforts. Today's final reports suggest that Iraqi leaders remain optimistic about future growth opportunities despite ongoing challenges. Economic reform remains a long-term process, and officials continue working toward increased stability, modernization, and international financial integration. For now, the Iraqi dinar community continues waiting for future developments, while speculation surrounding Iraq's economy remains stronger than ever. Whether Iraq eventually experiences significant currency appreciation or maintains gradual financial reform over time, one thing is certain: the global interest surrounding Iraq and the IQD is not slowing down anytime soon. Thank you for watching today's Iraqi Dinar News Update for Sunday, May 10th, 2026. Stay tuned for more updates covering Iraq's economy, oil markets, banking reforms, global investment activity, and the latest developments surrounding the Iraqi dinar. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to get the news first. Thank you.